What's going on, everybody? So today I want to talk about the fundamentals of Apex and just ways to help your aim and just get better as an overall player, someone new. Obviously, the people that have been playing this game for all the many seasons kind of know the tips and tricks and everything around with movement, aim, and everything in Apex, but I'm fairly new, give or take, so I want to give my take on personally what I like to do when I first load up Apex, want to get warmed up before jumping into the sweaty lobbies that we have nowadays. But let's dive right into it. So I want to stress this completely. Please utilize the revamped in Season 16 firing range. Use it to your warm-up, to your advantage and whatnot. Just please use it. You trust me, you'll know why. With the new Season 16 revamped firing range, they added custom options to it. So now, wrong one. So now they have the dynamic stats on, the infinite weapon reload, so you don't have to grab ammo no more necessarily. Hit markers, I just recommend off, just kind of like your normal gameplay settings. Target speed, you can mess with this obviously to crouch walk, run, zipline. I have it. Okay, so bear with me again. I'm still learning some of the things too. This is for, I believe, the targets or whatever. That's why I have the target speed. Duh, Richie, fucking stupid. The dummy movement here. This is what I wanted to stress. Make sure they are on. You want them to be moving. You want them to kind of mimic what you would be seeing in a game. Strafe left and right. Obviously, that's a key mechanic everyone does in Apex nowadays. Is strafing. That's one of the main things. So have that on. Yeah. Strafe speed, I have at random. Random is good because, again, you never know what your opponent in front of you is going to be doing with their movement, how much movement skills they know, and all that type of stuff. So I have it at random and whatnot, just to kind of mimic as much as possible what the real gameplay would like. Shield level I have on epic, so purple shield, I feel like that's kind of majority what everyone will have regardless. Endgame, obviously they'll have mythic and whatnot, but epic I would definitely keep it on that. Don't put it on anything else, because you want to practice fighting always against someone that's going to have purple shield or so on. That way you kind of know how much you need to hit your shots, what goes best, or just the different fighting mechanics and what goes on it, and to try and mimic as much as possible what would happen in game. Can stand on, can crouch on, and random intervals I have on. So this is kind of my take. When I hop in the firing range, I always come here first before I hop on any games and whatnot. You can do hopping in pubs too, but pubs kind of just, you don't get the practice you don't get the warm-up you kind of need or necessarily should have. So as you can see, the dummies right here, they're moving left, right. There's, they'll crouch, they'll strafe and whatnot. It's good to kind of just watch them and see, mimic as much movement as possible as in game. What I like to do, honestly, to really warm up my aim first, I grab my favorite, obviously the R301. It's just an all-around great weapon to practice with, start with, want to have in game. Even though they did nerf it this season by 1 damage or whatever, but it's still very viable, still very useful. So yeah, that's the main thing. Is I come in here and I always practice my aim on these guys. I do random movements, tap strafe, whatever it is. I really try to find that comfort zone and that steady zone of firing, trying to get the aim down and whatnot. Obviously, I'm on controller, so it's really good just to utilize this now that they updated the firing range. So it's really good to utilize this. Once I kind of get warmed up with the R3, maybe even like the flatline, I'll switch it up. I think it's key to actually use guns that you normally don't want to use. So if people don't want to use the Devotion, the Rampage, whatever the case may be, the guns that you don't want to use, I think it's good to actually practice that as well. Just that way, obviously, if you get stuck in fights, especially beginning, where you're not going to have the guns you want or attachments you want right away and whatnot, you know, it's good to have that practice with guns that you normally wouldn't want to use or don't use. So usually, typically, what I like to do is after I kind of warm up with the R3, I'll kind of switch over and maybe get an SMG, so like the car or whatever, and really I'll usually just put a mag on and kind of go progress more and more with putting attachments. It's always good to practice with basic attachments first, because like I said, it's really a lot of it is beginning game, whether you're landing with other squads, you're in the heat of the moment, you can only find so much and you got to battle. So really it's good to practice with low attachments and then eventually progress up to the attachments you would want to have with the gun. Something I will stress for this season is with the nerf of the AR hipfire and how it blooms now, I would suggest always rocking a long range to mid-range gun and then a short range, whether short range be SMG, shotgun, whatever the case, pistol, and long range being the ARs or snipers or whatever the case may be. Always with the nerf of the AR, I'm telling you, the bloom on the ARs now is not good. Okay, bear with me. That was kind of just up close or whatnot. If you're right here and you're shooting at someone, you guys get to a point where you have to reload, or he has to reload your clip, and you're this close and you don't want to ADS. You know, like I said, it blooms. The only way these ARs work really good now, close range, is honestly if you're literally just right in their motherfucking face and you're just like, "Hey there, welcome in. What are you serving over here?" You know, that's the only time these ARs are kind of useful now as far as up close, as if you're really just like right up close to them. I mean, it can still kind of work, and honestly, if you manage to find a way or use a way around to where it works for you, I mean, all for it. But I would say the best thing to do with this season and probably moving forward is make sure you always have some kind of short range gun. I feel like that's going to be key. I feel like that should have always been something anyways, but now so more than ever, it's very key. So like I said, what I like to do, I warm up with some SMGs. You know, maybe I'll go right here. I'll go to the R9. Go to the R9. These two, so the car and the R99 are kind of, I believe they are the fastest fire rates guns in the game. So to really practice with them, I would say is necessary because of just how much their recoil is and how fast their clip goes. So almost every shot really counts and whatnot. So I would definitely just practice hip firing with them. I would say hip fire with SMG will be key in certain moments where you don't want to be ADSing super close. You don't want to be this close and trying to ADS because you're just not going to be able to move left or right and strafe as fast. Depending on your settings too. I mean, you could have whacked out settings and you could probably just boom, boom, boom while ADS. But for the most case, I believe most players that are starting out on Apex, kind of intermediate with Apex, maybe above average like myself. I would say I'm above average, but I'm still fairly new. I don't know. Check the YouTube shorts and you tell me, leave it in the comments or something. But yeah, this is kind of my take on the firing range. I definitely would say utilize the firing range, please. I know a lot of people probably don't. Please, I would say utilize it. Make it your home. Make it your way to practice. Obviously, people do 1v1s in the firing range because you can now almost join the same firing range as people. Practice your movement. Practice your wall jumps right here or wherever and whatnot. Just really utilize this tool now for the game. So like I'm not even good at wall jumping yet still. But that was dope. But yeah, so like I said, utilize the firing range. Utilize it. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down on what you think. Give me your thoughts on what else I should cover, what else I should maybe make as content. I'm still up and going. and whatnot. Still trying to make progress. I thought I'd make something like this because today I was warming up and I was like, I'm gonna make a video about it. Why not? Just to get something out there. So thank you everybody for watching, who spent the time to watch this. I really do appreciate it. If you like the content, you like what I'm trying to progress into, leave a comment down, say nice vid. Don't matter, leave a comment down. Like I said, give me your tips, tricks on what you know, and like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Now get out there, legends.